I literally died on the operating table. They actually told my wife and family I had coded.
Okay. Now, while you were in your role as a pastor a few years ago, you experienced a life-altering situation.
Yes, sir.
Describe that for me.
In March of 2019, on March 6th, it was actually my wife's birthday, I suffered a near-fatal car accident on Highway 49 in Roxborough. I ran off the road and hit two trees actually, and I was life-flighted over to Duke Hospital where I stayed for a month. I broke my entire leg, my femur, my knee was crushed, my tibia bone, broke my arm in 3 places, my ribs, injured my spleen, but I survived. After a month in the hospital. To date, I think I've had about 9 surgeries since March of last year. I continue to go to physical therapy twice a week, even a year and a half later, to deal with the challenges that came from the vehicle accident.
How close were you, if you don't mind me asking, in terms of the doctor's estimation, how close were you to not making it?
I literally died on the operating table. They actually told my wife and family I had coded, and they had to revive me, do CPR and bring me back. So obviously I came pretty close. I had a blood clot in my lung that caused my heart to stop. And spiritually, I would say that it teaches you that life is truly a vapor, that we experience life on a day-to-day basis, and at any moment life can be taken away from you. And at the same time, not only does it show you how precious life is, but it propels you to live on purpose, that when you die, what will people say about you that you did here while you were here? Will your name be marked in destiny that you live on purpose? What will people say about you after you're dead and gone? So those are the kinds of things that I thought about laying there in the hospital.
Mm-hmm. So after you were in the hospital for a month, what was the recovery like after that? So
I spent 3 months living with my grandmother, pretty much confined to a hospital bed and going to therapy. And I finally moved home around June of last year. And I think I finally stopped walking with a cane in September. And I had a recent surgery in July of this year. So I'm still recovering with that and fighting those challenges as well.
What was that surgery for?
So that surgery was on my hip as well as my knee, trying to regain some range of motion that's lacking in my leg. Yeah.
So if you were to gauge your condition now, 100% being what it was before, where are you now?
I would say about 80%. I think I'm almost there, just need a stronger leg to get there. Yeah.
What were some of the dark days like when you were in the hospital? Once you became aware of what actually was going on with you in terms of having been in such a bad accident, possibly having almost died, what were the thoughts that were going through your head, and what were some of the challenging thoughts that you were struggling through?
Some of the challenging thoughts that I think I was struggling with was that I hadn't fulfilled my purpose yet here on earth, that I needed to do more, that I needed to do my best to fight and get out this hospital because I knew there was a greater work for me to do. It was definitely a challenging time, a time that made me think, why would God allow this to happen to me? But one of my favorite scriptures is in Psalms when David says, I almost fainted, I would have fainted and lost heart unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living.
And how long did it take you to get back in the pulpit?
It didn't take me too long. I was a little quick. I preached Easter Sunday, which was April of last year. It was about a little over a month after the accident. I preached from my wheelchair in my pulpit, and I didn't return until the 4th Sunday in May of last year.